seminar is foreign and weather. Today we will discussing usually regarding concept between user publisher. I know some people are still on the way, but another conference scheduled to begin at here at Angola. So Nergo can advantage detail as no sparking fee was equals. So just so you have a pass for everyone I'm around and himself out. The show is to attend hours and you won't be stressed. Welcome to this morning's menu, Ferdinand White. Today we will be discussing strategy, narcotic contract between you. So what is your, I know some people are still on the way, but another conference scheduled to begin here at Undercourse. So let's go over some administrative details as you know the parking fee was included in the situation. So I have a pass for everyone. Come down and those are now just is to attending on your way out and welcome to Sixth Manor for Foreign Writers. Today we will be discussing study the negotiation concept between you, the publisher. I know some people are still on the words, but another conference is scheduled to begin at here. So let's go over some advantage details. As you know, the parking fee was equal in the registration, so I have passed for everyone. I will come down and hand those out. Just show its attendant on the way one. Welcome to this morning seminar for Freedom Writer. Today we will discussion for negative contract between user publisher. I know some people are still on the west, but I'm the confident as scheduled to begin. But on the ground, so let's go come a bit as you know, parking fee included for listening. So I have a pass for everyone. I come around and handle on us. The show is the attendant on your way and you won't be. Welcome to Smaller and Foreign Writers. Today we will be discussing story for negative contract between user publisher. I know some people are still on the way, but another conference scandal to begin at o'clock. So then go about as you know, the parking fee and keeps the registration. So I have a pass for everyone. I come around and handle announce. So show it's to be attended on the way out. You won't be stressed. Welcome to this Manor for Plain and Writers. Today we will be discussing strategy for debating concept between your job and show. I know some people are still on the way, but another conference scheduled to begin at August. So therefore, I have some analysis now. As you know, the banking fee was included in the registration, so I have a pass for everyone. I come around and show now. The show is attended. Welcome to this morning's similar for Ferdinand White. Today we will be discussing study for voting concept between you, Japanese show. I know some people are staying on the way, but I'm the conference scheduled to begin here at our blocks. So let's go over some administrative detail. As you know, the parking fee was included in the registration. So about what for everyone, I come down and head you now. The show is to attend on the way out and you won't be. Welcome to Small Simony for Foreign and Writers. Today we will be discussing story for a culting contract can begin. Robert sure I know some people are staying on the west, but another conference scheduled to begin here at our class. So let's go over some administrative details. As you know, the parking fee was included in the electricity. So I have passed for everyone. I come around and hand you out now. The show is to a different on the way out on you won't be stressed. welcome to Monday Summary for the non-writers. Today will be discussion theory for negative concept between you Japanese. I know some people asking the question, but I'm the corporate schedule to begin here at 1 o'clock. So let's go welcome alumni speaking out as you know the working fee positive is your reputation. So I have a pass for everyone. I will come down and hand so others so it's to on the way. Now you won't be checked.
9 through 91 refer to the following excerpt from
Like I want to discuss starting for the management have no house has you ever been working user information user department and we want to say thank you. The company has grown a lot over the last years. We will double our number of contract because of this. We are decide to hire additional employees to help with the workload our department. We recently put the opening online, but we are hoping to fill their position as soon as possible. Both contract recommend anyone who miss qualification, please contact me at your earliest convenience. The next topic I want to discuss is staffing. First of all, the management team know how hard you ever been working in the information technology department, and we want to say thank you. The not yeah, we double our numbers contract because we decide to hire five additional employees to help with the work most in our department. We recently posted the opening online, but we are hoping to fill the position as soon as possible. So if you can recommend anyone who missed the qualification, please contact me at the earliest convenience. The next topic I want to discuss is staffing. First option, the manager team know how hard you are been working in the information technology department, and we want to say thank you. The company has got a lot of scenario we are double our numbers of contract because of this. We are decided to hire five additional employees to help with the workload in our department. Recently posted we are hoping to freeze the position as soon as possible. So if you can recommend anyone who missed the qualification, please contact me at your early convenience.
excerpt from
Okay, so little bit I want to discuss is starting for of also management team. Know how has you have been working in the information technology department. We want to say thank you. The company has grown a lot over the last year. We are double our number of the contract. Because of it, we are decided to hire five additional employees to help with the workload in our departments. We significantly put the opening on large button. We are hoping to fill the position as soon as possible. So it's you can recommend anyone to make the qualification, but you contact me as sure as it is convenient. That's like to which I want to discuss is starting first on the management team know how hard you have been working in the information technology departments. We want to say thank you. The company has grown a lot over the last year. We are double of number of contract because of it. We are decided to hire five additional employees to help with the work most in our department. Recently, both the evening and online, but we are hoping to win the position as soon as possible. So if you can recommend anyone who meets the qualification, please contact me at your earliest convenience. Okay, so next topic I want to discuss is staffing. First of all, the management team know how hard you have been working in the information technology department. Want to say thank you. The company has grown a lot of over last year. We are double our number of contracts. Because of it, we decide to hire five additional employees to help with the work not in our department. Recently, was the evening online, but we are hoping to fill the position as soon possible. So if you can recommend anyone who missed the qualification, please contact me at any convenience. Okay, next topic I want to discuss staffing. About management have not know how hard you have been working in the information technology department. We want to say thank you. The company has slow enough over a year. We are double our number of contract because we decide to hire additional employee to help with the work last in our department. Recently opening online, but we are hoping to finish the position as soon as possible. So you can recommend anyone who meets the qualification. Please contact me at your earliest convenience.
The next topic I want to discuss is safety. So, the management team knows you and getting any information technology tool. And they want to say thank you. The company has run with another number of contracts. Because of this, we have decided additional employees to implement work we recently posted we're moving to fill these positions as soon as possible. So, if you're familiar with anyone who meets the qualifications, please contact me for following actions. The next topic I want to discuss is safety. So, the management team knows you and getting information technology tool. And we want to say thank you. The company has run with another number of contracts. Because of this, we have decided additional employees to implement we recently posted we're moving to fill these positions as soon as possible. So, if you're familiar with anyone who meets the qualifications, please contact me at your earliest convenience. Through 94. Thanks for listening to the
Have listening to our KBS. I want to be my own international just for the summer concert series starting with the first show feature naturally with rich limited evening performing with hit band. So it will be a big event. The performance tonight Wednesday snack box beginning at 7 but make sure you get early for the ticket. Attendee bring our food and drink but certain items prohibited. For need of what's on our request. Check out the department website and if you can make this show, there will be many concerts throughout the summer. Thanks for listening to the KCS. I'm going to read my own our listening that are for the summer concert series starting with the first show future legendary guitarist Dimitri Phoenix performance with his band, so it will be a big event. The performance next Wednesday is trying to pass beginning at 7, but make sure get in nice early for the free ticket. Attending can arrange their outfit and reach and certain items per week. For fullness of what is now in the past, check out Park Department website. And if you can make this show, there will be many concerts throughout the summers. Thanks for listening to Radio KBS. I want to remind all our listeners that our free summer concert series start next week. The first show was being featured annually with a leading film performance with his band, so this will be a big event. The performance next Wednesday in Sonora Pass, beginning at 7, but make sure you get in night early for the free ticket attendee polling and through Waterloo and the ring, but certain item very big for fully as what's now is part. Check out the part department website and if you can make this show, you can be concert throughout the campus. Thanks for listening to Radio KBS. I want to remind all our listeners that our free summer concert series starting with the first show will feature Netherlands with a Dimitri finish performing with his band. So that will be a big event. The performance is next Wednesday in Solari Pass beginning at 7, but make sure you get online for the free ticket. Attending temperature or food and drink with certain item prohibits for fullness of what's allowed in us. Check out Spot Department website. If you can make this show, there will be concert throughout the summers. I want to remind all our listeners that about for the summer concert series start next week. The first show will feature legendary guitarist Dimitri Phoenix performing with his band, so it will be a big event. The performance is a Grenada is certainly past beginning at 7, but not sure you get in a early fall of the ticket. After the company is of food and drink, but certain item or borrow bits for full of what's allowed is a part check our past department website. And if you can make this show, it will be concert throughout the summers. Thanks for listening to the KBS. I want to remind all our listeners for this summer concert series starting with the first show feature nursery with the finish performing with his best so visit win big event. The performance next weekday is Sunday Pass begin at 7, so even in any for the ticket. Attending can bring your food and drink but certain item will be for fully what is about check out past department website and if you can match so there will be met concert throughout the summers. Before we talk about our scenario sign from this year, let me say pretty with the success with Shield Online Closing Both where has been having. When I started with the beginning that year, I was not sure how well each would position, so that way is our worst. Of course, there's always room improvement. We know which driver first product future compare future of the two companies. If we want to compete, we will have to offer all the same which so let's talk about we can ask to service so that we can keep up with festivals. Before we talk about sound design from this year, let me say how public and which social society online closing Botica has been having. When I started building that year, I was not sure well it would do, but the result so that we stick our goals. Of course, the other room improvement. We know which rival festivals which have compare the future of the two companies. If we want to compete, we will have to offer on the same service. So let's talk about what we can ask service so that we can keep up festivals. We talk about sinners return from there. Let me say happily and with success that social online closing bodywear has been having. When I started building that is, I was not sure how well it would do, but it sounds so that's we basic I was. Of course, there always room improvement. We know with Rero, Fastman, future compare future to company. If we want to company, we can have to offer something. So now before we talk about how resign from Stian, let me say I with success that shooting on Nagolan Multiple has been having when I started building that is I was not sure how well it would do. But the resign so that we see our goals. Of course there are always some improvement. We know biggest rivals, festivals, future compare future of the two companies. If we want to compete, we will have to offer all the same service. So then talk about what we can add to our service so that we can keep up fashion plus. Before we talk about sales and from this year, let me say happily successfully online boutique have been when I started with Midnight is I'm not sure how well it would do, but the results show that we achieved our goal. Of course, there are always room improvements. We know we get rival as fashion palace, which are compare future of the two company. If we want to compete, we will have to offer on the same service. So let's talk about what we can add to service so that we can keep up with festivals. Before we talk about some results from this year, let me say how pleased I'm with success Susan online closing vertical has been having. When I started business that year, I was not sure how well it would do, but the results show we have achieved our goals. Of course, there are always room for improvements. We know big rival festival future can be a future. Other two community we will have to offer on the same service. So let's talk about what we can add to our service so we can keep our fashion balance.
I'm excited to release them for the success that Sydney's online clothing boutique has had. When I started the business last year, I was not sure how well it would do, but the results showed that we had exceeded our goal. Of course, there's always room for improvement. We know our biggest problem is fashion is. This chart compares features of the two companies. If we want to be competitive, we'll have to offer more services. So let's talk about how we can optimize services so that we can keep up with fashion trends. Questions 98 through 102.
Welcome to the new evening orientation at Tonaka Nature Center. We are happy that you will be willing to bird watching tour. Behind me there are shell mark and legend session. We will be walking down shell too so I can show you some interactive spots and visiting. You can use the trail as well except for the this trail right here. Here because family of polite and fascinating nearby. For the first time, Center Comoros with the State University on the research project about insects. We are publishing a live camera on of one another bus duration of the studies. What of the new evening orientation is something like will have be you will beginning for watching tours behind show map nations. When we working down so can internet spot and television. You can use show and back for the child rights because the family part for the first time, the center collaborating with state union on the research project about Israel. We both in a night on for the change. We don't be sure to bus for the direction so study. We have that you will be running watching tour behind the Shamas Connection Center. We will be working down show to a show if some interactive spot to take this. You can easily in the trail as well, except for the trail right here because the feeling of plus as well nothing nearby. For the first time the center collaborate with the state university on the research project about inputs. We both know like on 3 days and we don't want anything to bust the burn duration of the studies. Technician. We have been a virtual behind me the show map of the nature center. We will be walking down so I can show to the rest. You can use show spot spot to show sky. Because here the family of course as in Latin nearby. Also from the center collaborating with the state university on the research project about English. We are bulletin all night on the street and we don't want anything disturbed so there. In the orientation of Convention Center. We are happy that you can support tour. Behind me is the child mark of the Nation Center. We will be walking down show to the response to take it. You can use the chairs except for the chair rise because the front balance angle less than the bus for the front the center connectivity. We study the one research project about English. We are based on the tree that the bird on the duration of the studies.